Exactly. In the garden.
So setup-wise, I like ball positions forward. I think the right-hand one, just to me, looks a little bit more slightly tilted to your right side on your back foot, okay, which is fine. Okay, this one looks a little bit, I mean, your left leg looks a bit straighter. Yeah. Just like a little bit kind of tipped forward that way. Yeah. And I think because of this now, you're trying to move into that sort of tilted position, but you do so in your backswing, and you're almost at the circle, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
So from there now, you've then got to move back to the golf ball, which when you're not fatigued or not tired or you're not stiff, you can probably do it. But when you're stiff and haven't warmed up or you're getting tired at the end of it, it's going to be a lot harder move to make. So this one here, now I say a little bit more behind the golf ball, you can see your rotation now there, here. Half your head's kind of in the back. At least you've got half your face in there.
Yeah.
Again, it's not going to suddenly go from where it was to there. But again, a little bit of movement's fine. But you're staying mostly in the circle there now. So there's probably top of your backswing there. So if we look at how much has left the circle, less of you has left that circle. Now I would be very surprised if, I mean, in some ways, because of the height we don't want to keep it too still. I mean, you're allowed to, your shoulders are rotating, so movement's going to be inevitable to some extent. But maintaining that position within, I mean, you moved half the head where that's basically moved almost a full face, I mean, that's your left eye's in there, your nose is on the line where, I mean, that's basically your left eye's out of the screen completely. Gosh, so it is moved less, has moved obviously, but it's not going to completely. But at least then you've got a little bit of movement back here now to get into impact, and then good strike, and then through to balance. Whereas this one, now you've got to go, whoop, and you see you don't get back there quite enough. Yeah. So now you're on your back foot slightly, and you can see your left arm now trying to sort of not release the club, because if you did release it from the head back here, and this is when you're not fatigued because you're warmed up now and you're okay, this would probably send the golf ball further left unless your arms did this. Yeah. And also, because you're in a sort of still not too fatigued, your head normally, rather than being kind of here at impact, you'll probably find by hole 10, 11, 12, your head's probably more here at impact, So now when you're back here, that club's gone past you, it's now going to be heading over to the left, and that thinny low one. So your reaction is going to be like, oh, I better not hook it, and there's your blocky one. So if we can get you kind of here, turn, throw it, turn, throw it, turn, throw it, as opposed to sway, hold it. That's kind of in a simplistic way. Yeah. But again, when the sun ever comes out again, use a shadow, Get the sun behind you, just make some swings there now. And this for me is going to be more muscle memory practice of getting the body. So you could stand there, find a shadow somewhere, so just get something and go 1, 2. And do it maybe for a minute, fairly quick. Not the point where you're going to hurt yourself, but just like you're pumping your heart rate a little bit more, just to get that feeling, and then have a rest and sit down, have a glass, and then do it again, and do it again, and do it again.
So you get the caddies sometimes.
You put the things on their head. Yeah, exactly.
By the side of the head.
Yeah, because stability, I mean, you think when you're swinging a golf club, if we come back to setup position, that there is kind of your pivot point, Yeah. That's what you're rotating from it, so you're rotating around the side. This is the movement you're kind of making in. For a second I do this, I'm now going to do that while at the same time unwinding. Well, you've got too many things that are going to...
Too many things going on.
Yeah. And as a good player, you'll do it 2 and 5. Yeah. And you're going to be hopeful that the 3 and 5 that you don't do it aren't too bad. So you probably get 2 and 5 that are really good, down the fairway, 230, 240, happy day. The second on the Mac, you say, went really well. The other, and then you might have the one on the 5th, for example, Then the one on the 1st and the 3rd, you say, were terrible, but they were okay because you still managed to get 40 points, Yeah. If you flip those 2 around the other way, it might have been on the 1st you may have gone left, for example. The 3rd you went a bit to the right, and that's going to be okay on those holes. But if they're the other way round, if you're right on the 1st, you're screwed. If you're left on the 3rd, you're screwed. Yeah. So rather than making bogeys with a shot, or at least getting a 2 or a 1 pointer, you're getting 2 blocks. So you're almost relying on a bit of fortune as to which of the bad ones you get on any given hole. Does it mean that the shot is okay? Do I get the good ones when I need to get the good ones? Like on the 2nd, if you're bad ones on the 2nd, you're blocked out by trees either side, aren't you? The good one on the 2nd, got you a great drive. Other holes you might play, it might not be too bad, I don't know, the 10th, for example, you've got quite a big hitting area down there, you've got quite a wide fairway you're landing and stuff. You can bomb one down there. If you pull it a bit, you may be down the corner. If you block it a bit, okay, up on the right hand side, you're still in play, You're not losing the ball, are you? So
the button course is harder.
Oh, it's tighter,
And that's where I know I can see.
Well, 3 and 4, if you go left on 3 and right on 4, you're making bogeys. You go right on 3 and left on 4, you're making blobs. And it's just and if you're going, and then 5 goes dead straight.
The same as
exactly the same. We'll have a couple of 3 if you want to, maybe exactly the same, Okay, mate.